Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Yvonne Mackett, and today I'm going to introduce you to a wonderful founder and presenter, Narelle Warcon. Narelle is a published author and has many years' experience as a retailer, previously owning 2 florist businesses. Narelle has also spent many years and much money trying to create an online business with a residual income. Narelle is enthusiastic in helping those along their paths by sharing her knowledge and her story and journey. Today, Narelle will be sharing an opportunity called ONPASSIVE. So I'll hand you over to Narelle.
Thank you, Yvonne, and welcome everyone. Whether you're tuning in, like as Yvonne said, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening for you, it's afternoon here in Queensland, Australia. So I want to also say thank you to Yvonne Mackett for being a founder and helping with ONPASSIVE Aussie Girls, and welcome Kenton Patterson from New Zealand, and he is our Kiwi guy. So we are together ONPASSIVE Aussie Girls and a Kiwi guy. Okay, so I'm going to firstly read an acknowledgement of country, and we would like to acknowledge the land in which we are meeting on today and pay our respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. We would like to thank them for the knowledge they share with us to look after the land and each other. So thank you for that. I will continue on now to do a presentation. But again, we welcome you to our presentation webinar today. So this is what you will learn here in this webinar: what ONPASSIVE is, who is in charge, what the ONPASSIVE product is, why our product is needed, the opportunity currently available, what the benefits are, and the founder opportunity. So what exactly is ONPASSIVE? Well, ONPASSIVE is a very real company, as you can see by the 2 photos here. The buildings here, bricks and mortar, one in Florida, where our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, works from, and our building in India, which is a 6-story building which houses all of the tech team, those who look after support, and they have been sourced by Mr. Mufara to be the best of the best. This building is in Hyderabad, India, and we are an online marketing business solution. We are also compliant and legal in over 212 countries. Here are a couple of photos just to show you what our buildings look like, both inside and out. And as you can see, it is a very real business. So let me share with you today a little bit about our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara. Ash Mufara is a man with a vision for the future. Ash attended the American Intercontinental University for a master's degree in information technology and e-commerce. Ash has over 20 years experience in online business and has researched the likes of Walmart, Google, Twitter, Microsoft, Amazon, and many, many more. Ash understood how the internet has the potential to change the world and change poverty into prosperity. Now, I'd like to expand on that a little bit. Ash found that when he did work online, what he found was that there was only approximately 3% that made any money online. He didn't like this. And, you know, we've all tried to make money online. We've all tried to set up online businesses. And we found that, or he found that the 97% were the ones that were missing out. And they were the ones probably putting in more of the work. So he wanted to bring that change. He wanted to bring balance back to humanity. So it wasn't just those 3%, the greed, the power that comes with that. He wanted to share it with everyone. That's why he put together ONPASSIVE. So Ash is a family man with a beautiful wife and 2 young boys. He has a keen interest in NASA and also enjoys fishing and hiking. So ONPASSIVE's product, there is no recruiting or converting leads. There is guaranteed targeted traffic, and it's self-funding. Now, by self-funding, let me explain that a little bit more to you. Self-funding means that you pay once out of pocket and you will never have to pay again. So unlike a lot of those online marketing MLM companies where you're continuously paying a monthly fee, ONPASSIVE is not that. We are self-funding, so once out of pocket. It's all done for you. I think that's self-explanatory. Every imaginable tool for success. So instead of having to log into different applications for what you use, even in your day-to-day lives, or if you're in small, medium, or large businesses, we have something for you all. So it's all easily accessible in that one place. That means one interface, one login details for everything that you're going to need for your online business. So there's no copycat or recycled tech. One of the things that Ashma Farah found was that when he started looking to produce ONPASSIVE, he was looking and found old technology. And he knew that this wasn't going to work with what he wanted to do and the changes he wanted to make in the world. So he decided to put together a team and produce the best of the best platforms, tools available for each and every one of us, so that it wasn't coming from copycat, taking it from somebody else's old technology. So all the products have been built from the ground up. AI technology is also included in all of those products and tools, and it's the lowest price anywhere on the globe. So let me run through a few of these products, tools, and our portfolio. You can also pop over to our website, www.onpassive.com, and have more of a read about these, but I will go through a few with you today. So we have ONET. Now this is very, very exciting. ONET is going to be what we've all been crying out for. We've been screaming for that social media platform that actually acknowledges us as the people that we are. We're sick of the censorship from the platforms that we're now using. And we also want to be able to connect with those people, that we usually connect with, but we're censored, or there's, people get put into Facebook jail, for goodness sake, for hardly saying anything, or it comes into they don't want you to speak about that. So ONET is going to redefine your social networking platform. OConnect, another wonderful platform, is a hassle-free video communication tool, and similar to what we use now with Zoom, but we all understand, if we've used Zoom before, it is a very old technology in a sense. People drop out, they charge you if you want to use it, you can use it one-on-one, they have a free, and we will also have a free platform within our OConnect. But the thing is that really excites me about this is if you're catching up with people, if you're a business and you're running business meetings, right up to many, many thousands of people, there is no limit. And the other thing is, if you're speaking in English and you want, the person is on the other side of the world, or they just want to listen to it in their language, we have 57 different languages available that they can click on to have it converted from English into their language. So how amazing is that? Now, one of the other ones, as you can see, there are 20 here, and you can view these over on that website, onpassive.com. However, one that stands out for me, and the one that was the one that really brought me to ONPASSIVE, is OBless. Now, many of you may have heard me speak about my great niece, Mimi. Mimi is 9 years old, just turned a couple of weeks ago. Mimi was born with cerebral palsy. Mimi cannot walk unaided. Now, her parents, my niece and her husband, take Mimi many times for treatments. However, the big treatments that she receives are in Sydney, Australia, and they have to leave their home in Queensland, travel down for a 3-week block so that Mimi can have treatments with a US company called Napa. Those treatments are not covered by any medical insurance or anything like that. So they have to pay out of pocket. These 3-week blocks cost her parents about $8,000 to $10,000 just for 3 weeks treatments. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of money. And they actually fundraise themselves throughout the year and have one big fundraising in Bundaberg, their hometown, where they can, call on the compassion of people to help Mimi one day be able to walk. But when you see the smiles on Mimi's face, when you see her determination, it is just amazing. I was sent an email. Oh, sorry, I'll just step back there a little bit. I usually help to fundraise for Mimi's treatments. And the way that I do this is either by using Facebook fundraiser or GoFundMe. And there are other platforms available, but they're the main two that I've used before. Now, when I fundraise, I usually raise between $1,000 or $2,000. That's my beautiful friends donating to Mimi's treatments because they want to help. They want to help see her walk one day unaided. What I didn't know or I didn't realize was that Facebook fundraiser, GoFundMe, take about 15 to 30% off the top of those donations. So what does that mean? If I can break it down a little bit, if I was, say, raising $1,000 and say, let's round it off to about 20% that they take, that is $200 out of $1,000 that isn't going towards Mimi's treatments. The thing is, Oh Bless is there for everyone, a community to support the causes, ideas, your community, your cause, anything like that, and they give 100%. Now, when I was raising funds for Mimi, I had a lady contact me, a friend, Val Astle from New Zealand. Val said that she couldn't help financially at that time because, we are in times where it's a little bit difficult. And she sent me a video, and that video contained the email contained a video of ONPASSIVE. And I saw the benefits of how this will help my little Mimi walk one day. And I knew that Oh Bless was going to bless so many, because they give 100% back to the people, back to those who are struggling. The reason why people fundraise is because they want to help those who are less fortunate than ourselves. So Oh Bless is definitely dear to my heart. So Oh Bless is our crowdfunding platform. The predicted market share is $114 billion just for this year, 2021. So like I said, when I gave you the breakdown of what $1,000 was, and they're taking 200, all of that money is what they're taking off the top, the cream. They're not wanting to give 100% back. Now, I can understand a small admin fee, but $114 billion just from a crowdfunding platform, just for raising funds for them less fortunate than ourselves. So it's proven scientifically in our DNA that the power of giving is 10 times more rewarding and fulfilling than receiving and taking. And that was said by our amazing CEO, Mr. Ash Mafara. So remembering ONPASSIVE gives 100% of the money raised back to your community, your cause, and in my case, little Mimi's treatments. So why do we need this? Let's compare the lists. The current internet model is based on competition and conflict. 97% are scams, and we know here, both in Australia and New Zealand, that we have them coming through all the time. And people have got a little bit wary, they've got a little bit scared, they fear that they might be buying into something that they don't really fully understand, because everybody wants to be or needs that plan B. We're all looking for that residual income. They turn into money pits. They require you to sell and recruit. And I just want to expand again on that a little. We know that, and as I have done, I have joined multi-level marketing companies, network companies, online businesses. And within those platforms, you have to sell and you have to recruit, because you're not going to get paid if you don't. So what happens is you join, you're excited for the first month, your upline or whoever you want to call them says, just duplicate what I do. But we know that that is not easy because we are who we are and we do things the way we feel best or comfortable to do. So after the second month, when that payment wants to come out again, it comes out and you think, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. You know, I didn't realize that it was so much and my electricity needs to be paid, or some other bill that you have is coming up. So you're constantly wandering or backwards and forwards between what is important, whether you pay your bills, buy food, you know, pay your rent, or whether you pay that monthly waiting and waiting for something to change. So the tools are obtained separately. There's no guarantees whatsoever that you're going to make money online, and it pits marketers against each other. Again, I bring it back. And look, don't get me wrong, multi-level marketing companies worked for a little bit, but they never produced any real big players within it or people that were really making money. And guess what? Those ones who did are in that 3%. Because we couldn't do what they did. So when I say pits marketers against each other, you're out there searching, you're out there looking, who wants to buy my product? This product is fantastic. And really some of their products are amazing. And I myself still use some of them because for my health. But you know what? Who wants to go out there? You know, you get nervous, you know, you procrastinate because you feel that even though the product might be good, it's just too hard to sell and recruit. So it pits marketers because everybody's out there. It's almost like a dog eat dog world with trying to get that next person into their business or next person to buy their product. And the compensation plan is based on your own efforts. And again, self-explanatory. If you don't sell, if you don't recruit, if you don't buy their products every month, then you're not going to get paid. So after about 3 months, most people fall away. And it's only the big marketers that spend thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing that are out there actually bringing in new people. So ONPASSIVE's new model is based on mutual benefit. It's a real business, as you can see by the buildings. It's real products, and I've just shown you some of those before, with real people. It's self-funding, and it pays you to use it. Now, I've never heard of that before. If you go to Google, Microsoft, or say you're just Googling something, do they actually pay you to use their product? Of course they don't. So that is a big difference with the ONPASSIVE model. There's no marketing, there's no recruiting, no selling, and every tool needed for success is included on one easy platform. So it's all at that one low price, and I'll get into that a little bit just down in the slides, excuse me. We also have a money back guarantee according to our NDA. Our NDA is basically a terms and conditions that covers not only the company, but you, the people. The marketers compete only with themselves. So again, remembering this is a business that is all done for you. We are not competing with anyone. We just go out there and share. And we have a revolutionary, breakthrough and patented compensation plan. This has never been seen before. We can't explain that to you because it is patented. So we definitely are very excited about that compensation plan. So everybody in the near future will use something from ONPASSIVE, whether they come for money or for tools, benefits, connections, or communication, they will have a reason to come to ONPASSIVE. And I hear you ask the question, but why? I'm happy where I am. Well, when you see what ONPASSIVE is producing from the ground up, completely different to what you use, and you can have it on that one interface, that's where the excitement begins. And it's all at a lower cost to the consumer, to the customer. What we have available and what we are sharing with you today is the founder's position. Again, I bring it back. Google, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft. Were you asked to be a founder in any of those companies? And those companies are now either multi-billion or multi-trillion-dollar companies, and they do not share it with anyone. So the fact that the position is available right now, because it is closing off very soon, but I want to run through the costs. So the cost to become a founder in ONPASSIVE is $97 US. Remember, we are a US based company, real company, with a $5 admin fee, which is a fee that is charged by the banks, not ONPASSIVE. That equates to approximately 136 Australian dollars or 146 New Zealand dollars to become a founder within already a multi-billion dollar company before launch. We have over 791,000 founders, and we are going to cause that ripple. We are going to all become customers, and I'll go into that, because at hard launch, there is that once out of pocket payment, which I spoke about before, about self-funding. Once out of pocket, approximately 250 US dollars and or less, it could be a bit less, we're not quite sure 100% yet. And that's to start your subscription, where you will have the available tools available to you to use, to look at, to share. It's massive. When you think about everything in one place and this becomes your business, it really is just a small amount of money. And I know that we've all wasted money on going out, doing things that, even taking lotto and stuff like that every week. And what is the percentage that you might win lotto? This is guaranteed, and guaranteed to bring you that residual income for life. So it's time to completely run your whole business on autopilot. Now I hear you say, I don't have a business. How will this work for me? But the thing is, ONPASSIVE becomes your business. So say, for instance, YvonneMackett.com, right, will become her business. It will become a website, and ONPASSIVE goes to work and puts everything on autopilot. So 100% done for you. Advertising, marketing, leads, signups, recruiting, team building. And that web page, that website will have a different interface on it, running 365 days a year. So anyone that's coming to YvonneMackett.com, and that's not necessarily how it's marketed out, that just becomes Yvonne's business within ONPASSIVE, that will be going out, and no one will see the same thing twice. It really is quite amazing how our CEO has put this together. So yes, it automates your existing business and provides a massive income opportunity by simply using the breakthrough platform. So the benefits of being a founder: you will earn residual income for life. You get targeted traffic to your website given to you by the company. ONPASSIVE builds your business and team for you automatically. You will be a part of the beta testing and inner circle decision making. You pay one time out of pocket, and the subscriptions are paid from profit. Now, again, let me expand on that a little. Once you become a founder within ONPASSIVE, right, we're not quite at soft launch yet, and I will explain that a little bit further down, but you will have 2 wallets within your back office. And one of those wallets is called your funding wallet. This will be where the profits come in, and this will be where your monthly subscription comes out of. Now, what that means is that as a founder, we have something like about, say, 5 billion people, internet users. Those people who will look at it at ONPASSIVE and come in as customers or resellers will be placed within under that founder position. So it really is quite amazing at what this opportunity will bring for you. Once your O full has the sufficient funds in there, that will pay for your next month's subscription. The other O wallet is where the commissions, the funds will come in for you, and you can access these daily, twice daily, 3 times daily. You don't have to wait for a monthly check, it was in my day, or for it to be transferred into your bank account. So you will benefit from massive market campaigns. And again, ONPASSIVE is going to market everywhere: TV, radio, billboards, anywhere. You are going to see ONPASSIVE everywhere. and it has access to every tool you will ever need. Again, bringing it back to that one platform available, you know, one sign-in, one interface, and it's 100% hands-free. So founder positions are closing off real soon. And that's why myself, Yvonne, and Kenton are wanting to get the word out there to Australia and New Zealand, because we are the last 2 countries to actually hear about this. Now, Richard Branson quoted once, "If somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, say yes, and then learn how to do it later." There is really not that much to learn within ONPASSIVE, but it will become, and is, when you become a founder, your business. So it's nice to have a look around, go into your back office. There's links there if you do want to share. And you can be passive or you can be active. Now, passive means you come in as a founder, you pay your $97 plus that $5 admin fee. You can just basically just have a look around. If you don't like it, there is 100% money back guarantee according to our NDA. And you will need to, once you pay, sign that NDA for further, like to start your subscription and to receive funds. Like I said, it's just like a terms and conditions that covers both the business and also yourself. So take a read of those, and you can be passive. You don't have to share it with anybody. It just means that your receiving will be a little bit slower than those who are active. And those who are active, they don't even really have to do anything. I'm sharing here today. We're all out there. We're doing lives because we don't want you to miss this opportunity. Now, active, like I said, is just sharing. We don't market. We don't recruit. We don't sell. We don't have to. So this is an amazing opportunity. So active or passive, everyone will win. You just need to get in. So thank you for joining us to learn more about this opportunity. In Go Founders, which is what you become when you pay your money in to be a founder, we have a saying that says you are in it to win it. I want to thank you because I know that it's Saturday for Australian and New Zealand people, and it's time out of your day to come along and listen to this opportunity. We are recording and we will put this out on many platforms that you can share it with your friends. Our saying is, you are in it to win it. We will go now to a Q&A. If you have any questions, please raise your virtual hand. If you don't see it, wave to us, or you can put your question into the chat box and we will answer it from there. So thank you once again for your time. I value it very much. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Narelle. That was an awesome presentation. Very clear, very, very good. And I know Oh Bless is very close to your heart. So that was awesome. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Now, do we have any guests here today?
We do, but if you're shy, please just put it in the chat box. Hi, Moses. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. Yeah.
Good.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you.
Okay.
Moses, where are you in from?
Well, I'm from Sydney, Moorebank.
Sydney. Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Good
Awesome.
old Aussie boy, hey?
That's it. Yeah.
Do you know him, Liz? Because you're giving him a wave.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
We have this, Moses, we have this recorded as well, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So if there's no questions, Yvonne, or while people are thinking about putting in a question, perhaps, I'd just like to ask you personally, like you've been in MLM for years and you've shared that with me. However, how do you think ONPASSIVE is going to change that, like change it for you, you know, change the platform? Can you just share that with us a little bit, please?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've been, like I say, very quickly, I'll go through. I've been a hairdresser all my life, up until about 5 years ago. And I was always doing mobile hairdressing. So alongside that, I decided 29 years ago I would also get into the health industry and do MLM. And with that, I thought this will help my family have that extra income. But it didn't quite work like that because I worked very, very hard, and alongside my business and all the hours and the 4 children I had, and going to meetings and everything, I just didn't know how to market. I didn't know how to, I didn't even do an email list or anything. I didn't do anything like that. I was a one-on-one person. So I could, I could do that easy. I could talk to someone. I believe in the products. I could actually do that. Even when I had my salon, I had a salon, I had a boutique. I didn't do any advertising whatsoever. I had no idea. I never done a business course. I just was me and my profession. That was it. So, when I come across on Passive from a lovely gentleman called Colin, he 2 years ago, he told me that this is what I needed. And you know what? It is everything I needed. It was 100% done for me. So, like, I thought, it's just perfect. If I don't know how to market, I don't know how to do an email list, I never had time, I never had the money to do any of it. And when you do marketing, you have to have funnels, you have to have marketing done, you have to have all that. I never ever had the money to do that. So I was always on my own doing it, one person at a time. I didn't go online. And yeah, so when Colin told me about OnPassive, I just went, this is perfect for me. Everything done for me. My sign-ups, my recruiting, traffic, domain, everything. And I went, oh my God, this man has heard my or seen my frustration or felt my frustration, like I just thought, oh, I've got to get in this. And you know what? Straight away, I got in. I got in. And what I've learned is amazing. And I've actually, I just can't wait. And, I have to share it with everybody because of what it's going to do for everybody in business. What it's going to do for whether you've got a brick and mortar business or an online business, or if you're in MLM, this is perfect. There's no competition out there. This is it. It's different. It's never been done before. You
Yeah,
just
it's
got to
very
get in.
exciting,
It's
isn't it?
amazing.
It's very exciting. And like Yvonne said, she believed in the products that she
Oh,
shared with
yes.
people. Absolutely, because the products are amazing most of the time. But the thing is, they put them out on a MLN platform, which has you recruiting and selling all the time. Again, Yvonne, like not having to do that, it just brings about, it eases the stress, because I know people in MLM that have just spent years and years, and they're in and out of different companies because they think it's the next shiny bright object, on
Well,
passive.
be honest. Yeah, sorry. Be honest, Narelle. I actually was only in 2 companies and I was so loyal. Their products were great.
Yeah.
And I worked so hard, but it was for the people above me, not for me. My family didn't get the benefits. I had enough to pay for my products each month. I had enough to pay for my family's products, and a little extra, but not enough to go on holiday with, not enough to give my day job up.
No.
Not
And
at
that's the
all.
thing is, they struggle. You work hard. You're out there recruiting. You're out there selling. You're trying and trying and trying every day, every day of the month, every month of the year. And that is the hardest thing to do, and continuously to keep doing. That's the hardest thing, I think, is that continue having to. With OnPassive, we don't have to do any of
Oh,
that.
you talk.
So sorry, I just had to mute you, Lids. You were unmuted. You've muted me now. You're just going to look for the person and mute them. But thank you, Yvonne, for sharing that today. It really is an amazing company, and I'm glad that you shared from your heart today. So those who are listening, those who see themselves where you sit, from where you sit, from where you have been, that is amazing. So I can see that Kenton has his hand up. Kenton Patterson is from New Zealand. Kenton, I would love to hear from you. you know, your thoughts about ONPASSIVE, how you found it, and how it's going to change your life or the lives of those around you. So thank you.
Yes, hello everyone, and welcome from New Zealand. Yeah, I've tried a few things online, and being a single parent, I just wanted that little bit of extra income to give me a little bit more freedom to be with my daughter. So I tried a few things, kept following that shiny object, all the hype, you know, where you're going to make a lot of money, and all you had to do is get in and find 3 people and they'd do the same, and it just never turned out that way. And after a couple of months of trying to scratch around and find enough money to pay for the next month, I just gave up. And I got sick and tired of all these businesses online and people promising you the world and never delivering. So I sort of gave up for a while, and then I came across an ad on Facebook, and watched a couple of videos, and spoke to my sponsor, and just jumped in because I could understand that the company was going to be around for a long time. And at the time they only had about 6 products or 8 products or something, and over the last couple of years I've seen some developments in the products coming out, and it's just got more and more exciting. And each of those products now is a business, and you know, $1 billion company, and we're going to get paid by the company for these products to use them. Just is fantastic, I think. And no recruiting, the company will do everything for you. Whether you want to be active or not, you're going to win, and you're going to become financially free from whatever you're doing now. If you're going to work every day and coming home and having to find the money to pay for your bills and your groceries each week, ONPASSIVE is going to be there to help you. And when you become more financially free, you're going to be able to pass it on to other people and help them as well. So I'm really excited about this company, and we're getting so close. There's just no stopping us now. We're in it, and we're going to win. Every founder here knows that what's coming, and jump in, have a look, get into the back office, watch some videos, come along to some webinars and learn more about this, because you're doing yourself a real favour, and your family and your friends, once you understand what's right here, right now, available to you as a founder. So just get in it and have a look. Thanks.
Thank you, Kenton. Fantastic. And I know that many of us as founders, whether we've been in from the start, 2018, 2019-20, I got in October 2020. And I can tell you, you know, the first thing that you see is the amazingness of the people. The heart is from our CEO, Ash Mafara. You know, that's what you see. You don't see people out there going, money, 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 bright, shiny object. This is fantastic. You're going to make all this, rah-de-rah-de-rah. We know in Australia and in New Zealand, we're not rah-rah people. You know, we're bet on a fly crawling up a wall, but we're not rah-rah people. And we just like the truth. We just want to hear, basically, what is it? How much is going to cost me? What's it going to do for me? You know, so Aussies are like that. And that's why we're putting on these presentations, so that they can come in, have a listen, ask the questions, you know, because you don't want to make a decision on something you don't know anything about. You know, I always say, don't say no to something you don't know anything about. You know, so you look into other opportunities, you try this, you try that, it's failed. You know, this is not going to fail for you. Like I said today on my live, you know, I don't go into anything unless I've really researched, unless I've really looked into where this company is coming from, because I'm an Aussie, you know, and we have been scammed over the years, and some for thousands of dollars. So I can understand the fear behind it, but we're here, we're sharing. You're in New Zealand, you have an amazing country over there. It's so beautiful and clean. And, you know, New Zealanders need to jump on this, because, you know, the world is changing. The world is changing, and we don't know in which direction it's going to change, but with ONPASSIVE, we do. With ONPASSIVE, we have that secure platform. We have 791,000 founders who saw the vision of our CEO. You know, that's what it that's what it stands for. I mean, ONPASSIVE itself is a $5.5 billion company before it even goes to launch. You know what I mean? So we have about 2,500 founders joining per day. And the reason why they do that is because we show them that this can work for them. This is 100% done for you. We aren't lying, we're real people. This is a real business. And they just need to take that opportunity now before we close off and go into soft launch and then hard launch, when no founder positions will ever be available again once we go into hard launch. Now, it doesn't mean that they won't have the opportunity of ONPASSIVE. It just means they will come in as a customer, because they will want to come. Once they see the products, they will want to come, or they can come in as a reseller. And that will help their bottom line still, because remember, you're being paid to use the products. So I appreciate your time today. Now I'm just going to throw it back over to you, Yvonne, to see if we have any questions in the chat box or.
No, we don't have any questions in the chat box. Does anyone want to speak? I just want to just thank Chris for coming, because Chris is from the Leadership Council and he is amazing. He's supported New Zealand and Australia so much with all his lives, and we just want to give him a big round of applause, because without Chris, I think, giving us all a kick up the backside, because we're doing things here that is really out of our comfort zone. I mean, it's something I don't like going public, but I believe so much in this company. So I am happy to share this, and I want people to know about it. So thank you, Chris. We really do appreciate you.
And it'd be nice if Chris could come out and just say a few words. Chris Johnson is from Leadership Council within ONPASSIVE, and it's lovely that he is able to attend from Michigan in the USA. It's about after midnight for him, probably 1 o'clock in the morning. So if you're there, Chris.
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep, Australia, New Zealand. You've probably seen my big head and my big mouth, and you can see my voice is still going away because I love talking about ONPASSIVE. Okay, that's okay. That's called live camera, and it happens. I got 5 words to say to you. It's called, it's all done for you. It's one of my favorite sayings. And when you get into ONPASSIVE and you really plug in and you go to all these different webinars, and there's a lot of them, you'll hear some great things like that. But that's the most important thing. You know, I spent 32 years building cars, and 15 years prior to that working in small shops, factories, putting on roofs. I've done all the jobs that are just horrible, to be honest with you. I did go to school, but I thought I'd rather make money than go to school. Bad decision, but it worked out for me. I did retire when I was 53 years old. And about 3-4 months later, this ONPASSIVE thing fell right into my lap. I knew about artificial intelligence, but I was horrible. I'm not a techie guy. I'm like the poster child for ONPASSIVE. When we say anyone could do this, I'm one of them, because 2 years ago, I couldn't tell you how to turn on a laptop. When you said driving traffic, I was just thinking you're in the road driving in traffic. You know, there was all kind of funky things I learned in here. And I'm thinking, when I got in this, the more I learned about it, the more I didn't need to learn about it. If you can understand that. I mean, really, all you got to do is get in. And in America, we say $97, but I know in Australia, New Zealand, I've got to say $97 US, which is still a very small amount to get into a multi-billion-dollar company, literally for doing everything for you. All you really got to do is pay taxes. You can be passive. We all encourage you to go out and share this amazing company, because it's really going to change lives. There's so much more to ONPASSIVE than about the wealth it's going to bring you. All right. You look on the screen, there's we got 12 or 13 people here. I know at least 6 or 7 of them that have big dreams, not their dreams. Their dreams are to go out and help people that, that don't have houses, that don't have water, clean water. And that is what grows into you in ONPASSIVE. because when you become a founder, when you really understand it, you already know what's coming your way. All right. As we say, fill our buckets. Okay. Your buckets are going to be overflowing in 1 to 2 years. And Ash, as I call him, my boss, says, how many houses do you need? How many Lamborghinis do you need? And that's the way this man thinks. He's the first CEO I've ever met in my life. And I've known a lot of them, but I've never met him. I worked for Ford's for 32 years. The CEO never came down and talked to me. He never called me. Ash has. All right. Ash has sat down. As a matter of fact, a week and a half ago, he had a conversation with Narelle, and Narelle was scared to death. And I'm like, once you get to know him, he's a normal guy, but it's like intimidation. You're talking to this guy who's designed something to help you, your family, and the world. And when you really find out what this company is about, you're going to be amazed at what it's going to do for the world. Every one of us walk over people that are living on the streets. Every one of us have thrown a couple dollars in someone's hat, or you see the work for food sign, or just I'm hungry. All right. What do? We throw a buck on it. We go about our way. We don't think about really maybe what that individual is going through. There's people on the streets right now that are self-induced, that got in trouble maybe with drugs and no one helped them. There's people that have mental issues that are living on the streets because no one helped them. All right. These are the forgotten people that probably we don't know yet. I'm betting one of them has a cure for cancer, has a cure for any disease, but we don't give these people a chance. We just see them on the street and say, oh, glad that's not me. I'll throw him $1. Okay. Ash Mafara is going to change that through the founders, because that's what he wants. He wants to change the wealth of the world. He wants to fix things that are wrong. So when I found out Australia and New Zealand was the last 2 countries involved, and because it's a terrible time difference, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to these other webinars because I want to get involved. I've met some amazing people in here, and Australia and America is 2 different cultures. I found that out the fun way, because Narelle and Yvonne and Ken have taught me quite a few things. Ken just sent me, I can't wear a shirt every day, but he sent me a beautiful shirt. Narelle and Yvonne sent me this beautiful Australian hat, which I love to death. And I can wear the hat every day, Ken, but I got to wash that shirt. It was 2 days, man. But he sent me a book, a Kiwi book, and it's the slang or the language of a New Zealand, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm reading through it. If I said it over here, they'd probably think I was crazy, man. But when I go to New Zealand, I'm going to have some say. They're going to say, how's this guy know this? But I truly got into it. Yep.
Come on, tell us some.
I can't. No, I'm blind. I'm brain dead right now. But I will. I promise.
You're all right, Chris.
You're all right.
G'day, mate. G'day,
You guys,
mate.
The good day, mate. See, let me explain to you, Australia, New Zealand. Us Americans over here, we watch movies. And of course, Crocodile Dundee, we think we know all about Australia when we see a movie, all about New Zealand. But you know what? The truth is, the things that you guys taught me in the last couple of months about the 2 countries, I was amazed. I've never been there. You know darn well I'm going to go there, but I'm not going swimming in the shark waters. I am not doing that with those crocodiles either, but I'll go fishing. I'll definitely go fishing. But that's the kind of things that happens in passive. You make friends with people from all over the world, literally. All of us here have friends all over the world. We literally could go to any country and someone will have a door open for us. Come on, Chris, stay tonight. Come on, Yvonne, Narelle, stay the night. Come on, Ken. That's how cool it is. But what it's doing, the biggest thing that I love about this is we saw what the world went through last year. We saw what the world's been going through the last 50, 60 years. We still have that hate and that division. I truly believe ONPASSIVE is going to close that gap. All right. Right now, we have countries working together in passive that maybe we're not so friendly to each other. But guess what? They are working together because they know it's for the greater of the good there. Australian news, I don't think you guys ever had a problem, but you guys are working together, and that amazes me. I just recently helped out Bangladesh and India. They were having some issues. We got them together. They are now working together as a team. So ONPASSIVE is truly going to change not only monetary, it's going to change wealth, it's going to help people. It's also going to bring people, it's going to get the hate out. It's going to forget about the hate and bring in the love and the peace. We all bleed red. We all have families we want to take care of. And I really think Ash is a smartest man I've ever seen or met, because he doesn't think about monetary things. He thinks about helping people. That's his main goal. That's why he created ONPASSIVE. So let me tell you, at least check it out. Come to these webinars. I guarantee you, I got to come up with a name for the three here. I give everyone names, but Yvonne, Narelle, and Kenton, they will send you a recording if you're working a lot, which happens a lot, of this presentation. Read it on your own or listen to it on your own time, because it's definitely worth at least checking out. We're not going to flip you over and shake the money out of your pants there. We're going to let you look at it and make your own healthy choice. But think about what you're doing now. And the only reason you're making money is because you got to go work 40, 50, 60 hours in a factory or on a field or in an ocean or somewhere digging holes. ONPASSIVE is going to do it all for you, where now your time's going to come back. You're going to be able to go fishing for fun. You're going to be able to go to vacation and not to worry about coming back. And this is 2 to 3 years as it grows. ONPASSIVE is going to create you a legacy. You just don't know it yet, but it's coming. All right, I'm talking way too much again. I love you guys. Thank you for having me on here.
Chris.
I really appreciate what you guys have done. So my hand's up to you.
We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because it's hard to cover everything, you know, what ONPASSIVE is, what ONPASSIVE can do for everyone. And I think having a few people come on and sharing, you know, how they see ONPASSIVE or what it's doing for them in their lives. But also want to say, even though we're sharing this here in Australia and New Zealand, because it's the last 2 countries to hear about ONPASSIVE, remember there's a big wide world out there. If you have relatives overseas in any of the countries, remember, we have, or you will find out, webinars that are in nearly almost every language that you can possibly think of. You know, one of my ladies who's here tonight, Sonia lives in Western Australia, but her family are from Croatia and Romania, you know, so she's been able to sort of share it with them and be able to bring them in as founders, because in those countries, it's very poor, they have nothing. You know, and Chris spoke about the change to humanity is bringing about that. You know, it's not just about the wealth or the residual income that you will earn because it's guaranteed. It's about filling that bucket. It's about sharing it out there. Whether it's, you know, I help a gentleman in Uganda, and I know many of us here help to support those less fortunate than ourselves. You know, children are thrown on the street. Children are living in shanties. They don't even have a bed. You know, children are digging in bins. Children are screaming out for help. They have no shoes. They don't have proper clothing or warmth when it's cold. You know, so that's the difference. That's the ripple that, you know, 791,000 right now, founders, and increasing daily, that's the difference they're going to make to the world. It's not just a company starting up and, oh, we've got a couple of things here, a couple of things there. Everything that has been done from Mr. Ash Mufarad down has been done with heart, and always, always about what change can we make and bring to this world. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate your heart. And thank you for staying up to be on our first presentation webinar for ONPASSIVE Aussie Girls and a Kiwi Guy. So thank you, appreciate that. Kenton, you have your hand raised. Is there anything that you would like to add to that?
Yeah, when we talk about the automation and everything being done for you, you know, we were on a webinar a little while ago there where they talked about the millions of people that are going to come in when we launch. So that's why it's important for you to get in now as a founder, because these people are coming in underneath you and building your team, and you're going to create a passive income from these people. That's the mind-blowing reality. You just 50 products. People are going to come all over the world, and they're going to use these products. Why? Because they're cheaper and better. They're going to be saving money, and they're going to be coming in under us, the founders. billions of them, around 8 billion they were talking about. You know, that's unbelievable. So, you know, take a look at being a founder and jump in and have a look.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have a lot of network marketing businesses that are going to come on board as well. So, like you say, they will all be coming on, and we will get we will get, I think it's between 55 and 65%, paid to the founders and the on-sellers. I mean, no other company will do that or has done that. So this company is going down in history. We're going to be part of history. So just get in. It's like I say, it's one price and then one subscription for life. That is it. And all these products. So you'll never get anything like this ever again. So yeah, that's all from me. But just get in.
And I just want to share also, thank you, Yvonne, that I love it when you speak because, you're so on pacified, I call it, because when you see that opportunity and you run with it, it's everything because you can see how much it's going to help everybody. And in saying that, again, I just want to bring it back to the ripple that ONPASSIVE is going to cause in our world. Can you imagine, what it's going to mean to people? Have you donated to people before? Did you know that those companies take such a big percentage of the money that you donate? Up to 30% and sometimes more. That is just ridiculous. How can they even sleep at night? Honestly, how can they sleep at night when they're taking away from those who are less fortunate than ourselves? Every day, as Chris said, you can, Australia is a very rich country, and I know New Zealand is as well. We don't have the poverty as such. Definitely, there are people struggling, absolutely. And fortunate enough that we have a government that tends to prop them up. But you know what? That's not going to last forever. If you're a pensioner in Australia, if you were born after the year 1965, you will not receive a pension in Australia at all, which means that you either have to live on your superannuation if you have any, or you've got to, where are you going to pull it from? Like your kids, you're going to live with your kids? Oh, I don't think so. They probably won't like it all that much. They would care for you. I know that most children are beautiful and they care for their parents. However, think about that. What is your plan? I turned 60 earlier this year and I had some superannuation because I worked in the coal mines from about the age of 43, just for a couple of years until they dropped an excavator bucket down onto the headboard of my truck. And then I suffered chronic pain. So I don't have enough to retire to do the things that I want to do. Yes, I will receive a pension from the government. But, here in Australia, and I'm not quite sure about New Zealand, Kenton, but it's not enough to survive. If you're a single person, that your husband's maybe passed away, or your wife, or if you never married, or if you're married and divorced, there's plenty of reasons why you are where you are. However, you need to think about not only the residual income, but the change that you're going to make in your family's life and the legacy that you're going to leave, because this is all willable. You can go and put it in your will, and what positions you buy, you can buy more than one if you wish. I actually bought one for each of my children because I don't want them to have to go through and be worried and stressed over what's going to happen in our world. May happen, may not, but they will be always financially able to do that. Chris spoke about 1 to 2 years. How many years have you spent trying to build an online business? How many years and the month in, month out, or the talking to people, or they're trying to sell because this product's the next best thing, or this company, you got to get in, half of yours, and I know it because this is what I did. I don't even look into the back office much because it was too hard to understand. All I knew that I had to duplicate somebody, and I had to be this, and I had to do that, and ring all your friends and write a list. And if it's the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, put it on your list because you can talk to them, right? Send them an email, send them a message. Crap. It is absolute crap because you don't do it. You write a flaming list because you're so
I didn't do that
excited.
either.
A month, you're excited. You're going, yeah, I'm going to get in this. They hold the big walk across stage. And who do you see up there? Everybody else but yourself. Those 3%, right? Holding their big checks. Look at me. Look at how many people I suckered into this. That's what it should say. Have a look at how many I suckered into this company, and look at how many raised me up so that I can show you my $100,000 check. Well, I've had enough, and I know Aussies and New Zealanders have had enough of it, because all they're doing is, maybe I shouldn't say this, all they're doing is bullshitting to us all the time. This is a real company. This is real people. We're bringing to you a real business that is going to change your life. You know, it's going to change your life. It's going to give you the ability to pay off your house, to finally buy that car that when you drive it from A to B, you know you're going to get back from B back to A. You know, I had a car like that.
Can you hear her heart?
Sorry?
Can you hear her heart? It's really from her heart, guys. Like, you can't get anything better than this.
I'm just so, and it's not about the whole crap and hyper. You know me well enough. I've struggled most of my life, and I do not want to struggle anymore. I actually want to enjoy the rest of my life, you know, just as you do. You get to that stage in life and you think, wow, what have I done? What have I done for the last 20, 30, 40 years? What have I got to show for it? When I worked in the mines, I went from a single mum. Yes, I'd had a florist business, and yeah, I worked 7 days a week and had children and had a preemie baby in the middle of it all, you know. But you work, and what have you got to show for it? When I went from a single mother, I went into the mines, got a job. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. I got $90,000 a year. Hokey smokes, never seen that sort of money before, because I come from a poor family, and I come from a family that I didn't have shoes sometimes either. And my parents, we wore the rags, we wore the hand-me-downs, and it's okay because it makes you who you are today, okay? It doesn't matter where you come from. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a passion and a love inside of them to not only help themselves, but help those out there. So thank you for listening to me. I know that I'm a very heart person, and I am very passionate about ONPASSIVE, because I know it's the opportunity that we have all been looking for. You don't need to look anywhere else. You don't need to go anywhere else. This is it, the last business, or the first business and the last business that you will ever need. So get back to any one of us, and we will be able to hand on that information. I see Sonia's got a hand up. I'm going to go off mute now and have a drink. Thanks, Yvonne.
Yeah. Okay, Sonia, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, I did. Hello, everyone. Just Narelle inspired me so much. Whenever she talks, I get fired. So I just want to share my experience and my thoughts after this, and the hope ONPASSIVE brings to me. I arrived as a refugee to Australia, and then I arrived with one-way ticket where we didn't even have money to have two-way ticket. This ticket was granted to me and my boyfriend, so we were gifted by Australian Embassy, and arrived to Australia. Then I continued cleaning and newspaper delivering, and I decided to be an engineer. Then I became engineer. And then I didn't know what situation in corporate world, how harsh and cruel it is, and what is office politics. I had no idea. And I remember Ash once spoke about his experience of working in corporate. I almost gave up. I just hold a few hours per week as asset management consultant. And it's unimaginable. I was superintendent manager as well in Rio Tinto, and I have to tell you, the things I needed to do, I resigned. I could not mirror my values with the things they ask you to do. So corporate world is over for me. And then I worked a few hours. I took full-time work as an engineer because I'm an engineer, but I didn't take any superintendent, any management role, because the things you need to do you won't believe, send people home on very short notice, on 1 hour notice and things like that, knowing there is a person behind. Behind every job is a person, but they don't see it that way. So I joined ONPASSIVE, listening to Narelle. And ONPASSIVE is my really last hope. So because of COVID, maybe someone else is in the same situation as me. I have mortgage. And a few years ago, my hours reduced, and then I have a phone call from bank. You have 2 months to either refinance your home, but not with us, or you can sell your home, or you can explore renting marketing. So after being refugee, after working hard, after hit by COVID, all of us, I'm in position where in 2 months I need to sell my home. And then again, I thought, oh, ONPASSIVE is my really, really last hope. It's my really last hope. And I really want to thank Narelle for coming across her live, where I joined straight away. And then I gifted Passive to ONPASSIVE founder membership. A few of my friends in Australia and my relatives back in Croatia, because I don't know what future brings. And if my children, I have 3 kids which I adopted, I'm not sure they will ever be able to have a mortgage, to have a stable job for 20, 30 years. So what's their life dream? So I want to enable me and them to live better life. That's my story. Thank you. That's why I'm ONPASSIVE. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.
Yeah, thank you. Your beautiful heart. And I know that as you share your story, there are many sitting here nodding their heads going, yeah, that's me. I'm getting older. You can't work as you get older, or nobody wants to employ you. Or, that people are sitting there going, yeah, you know what? I don't have a plan B. I'm going to just have to try and live off my super or live off a pension. It doesn't have to be that way. And you are so kind and so beautiful to help your family in Croatia where they have nothing. And we appreciate that. I know ONPASSIVE appreciates that, because you will be the change in your world and those around you. So thank you so much for sharing today. Yvonne, I see Mike and Tina. Tina.
Hi. This is Tina of Mike and Tina. Hi, everyone. Hi, Narelle, Chris, Yvonne, Kenton, and the Kiwi guy, and Lynn as well. Thank you for having me here today. I just want to share my little story on how I got into ONPASSIVE. I've heard all stories of people having trials and tribulations in their life. However, I'm very blessed. I'm a very blessed person for being here, being raised by very good parents whom I dearly miss so much. And what Narelle says has actually brought me tears to my eyes. I'm still a little teary, but I just want to say that I came into ONPASSIVE on a belief and trust. My sponsor, Marie Della, or Della Marie Self, we were together in a rough time. We got scammed by one of so many, online programs. But knowing her and trusting her, and she trusting both of us have got this infinity together. And she said, Tina, I've got something that might answer your whatever prayers that you have. And I said, yeah, my only wish and my only prayer is, because I'm so blessed, I want to bless others. And that's why we're here. And that's why I said ONPASSIVE is the one that can really bring us together. I've been in and out of MLMs and network online, being resellers, being affiliate marketing and everything, because I truly believe in the internet, the power of the internet. And I was really waiting for something that really come around when she said, just join me. This is going to be something really, really revolutionary, really, really helping people. And that's where we come from. And I just did. I've been in ONPASSIVE 2 years, and we just gained momentum about a year back. And with this COVID thing, it's what ONPASSIVE to me is living my life purpose. My acronym is Gwen, go mad. Give without expectations, no negativity. Go, give to others, make a difference. I think that's all that we have to do with ONPASSIVE. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Narelle.
Thank you, Tina. And yes,
Awesome.
I think that, you know, when you have such great passion and like myself, I've been through so much, it's not easy for me to just sit back and say nothing. It's not easy for me to be passive because I see the change that we're all going to make in the world. And guess what? That's how Sonia heard about it, because I did a live. You know, somebody shared it with you because they cared enough about you to say, hey, I want Tina and her husband or whatever to come with us because I know their hearts. I know they're going to change the world, and they're going to help all of us change the world. They're going to change your area of the world. So thank you so much for sharing. I really, really appreciate that you've come along today and that you could be here with us. So for our very first Australia New Zealand webinar presentation. So it's always that little bit, you know, I do it everywhere else, but when it's your own, it's a little bit hairy, scary. So thank you once more. We'll be in contact anyway over the time. Just remember that we are all here to help each other. So anybody here, anybody listening to our recording, any viewers out there, remember that you can ask any one of us. You know, we have a passion here to help all. You know, if you want to know more, you're too scared, you want to ask us personally in private message, you know, then do that. You know, there has never, ever been a time on earth for you to actually stand up and say, I'm going to make this decision to have a listen to what these people are saying. You have heard all the rubbish before. You have heard all the scammers. You've got caught by scammers. You've lost money by scammers. And yet today we stand open-heartedly and say to you, this is the last business. This is a real business, and you will not need to look anywhere else. No more bright, shiny objects. No more losing money. No more running here, running there. You've come into a place on what I say is ONPASSIVE found me. ONPASSIVE found us, because we see the vision of Ashma Farah. We want to be included because we have that heart, that big heart that we want to help. Nobody stands up and says, you know, look, we're all a bit guilty of this. As Chris said, you know, we walk past people, it's not our problem, right? But we're all struggling. We've all struggled in our lives. Some people that have a little bit of money tucked away and saved, great. But is it enough to help others? No, not usually. It's only enough for them to live day to day. They might own their home, they might have an okay car, you know, but that's it, you know, and what they leave to their children, you know, really the children squabble over it anyway, whatever's left. Go out and celebrate, you know, and buy a founder position for your children or your grandchildren, because they're the ones that are going to say, thank you so much. We didn't really know what this was about. I heard her being crazy and talking to people all over the world, but I didn't really understand it. But thank goodness my mum, my dad saw the vision and said, I'm going to do this to help our community, to help our family, and to change the world. So thank you ever so much.
There's no discrimination, is there? So it doesn't matter where you're from, what colour, what age, what size, it does not matter. Please just approach us, take, you know, whatever. This is for anybody and everybody. We can actually help you if you just speak out to us, and we can show you the way.
Yeah, we also have a deaf community and visually impaired founders. We can put you in contact there if you want to learn more about that. We also have the fact, and Yvonne talks about no discrimination. If you've been injured, if you have a disability, how hard is it for you to get out there and find a job? In Australia, they push. They have people who have cancer, you know, death-defying cancer, still saying to them, get out there and find a job. For goodness sake, that is absolute crap. How can anybody force somebody who has an illness, a disability, and force them that they have to work, otherwise they won't receive a New Start allowance or a disability pension or any of those things? You know, it's time for you to take back your choices and stop allowing others to make those choices for you. You can make that difference. Sorry, Ms. Marty, getting off of her soapbox.
Miss Marty, Sonia wants to have a word, or did she forget to take her hand
No,
down?
just come up again. Sonia?
Yeah, sorry for jumping in again. When you just mentioned, Narelle, about taking interest into other people's lives. So if we walk silently and we don't share this opportunity with them, and if we don't ask them, how are you, how is your life? We have no idea what's going in your life. You know, in Australia, we ask, how are you? We all smile back and say, I'm fine, I'm good, thank you. So how honest is this? So as you say, with a person with disability, my friend, he's disabled and his wife became disabled. She was working with Woolworths 18 years and then she falls down while loading a truck and she injured her spine. And she got from doctor, you know, certificate that it is injured from work. And now insurance is secretly filming them. You know, when you go to shopping, they hide behind, you know, racks and they secretly filming. They try to catch you if you're lying. But he's got two small kids. They're renting. He has enough just for 2 months for living. They're nice and decent people. So I met him and asked him, how are you? He sent me this story. I tell him, all right, there is some passive business. I said a little bit. You don't have money, I'll buy it for you. So just a little bit of interest in our friends, on people, just see what's going on in their life. And then give them founder position if you have that much money. Not that much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. And yeah, it's true. You know, we want to help as many people as we can. Sometimes we gift, you know, or sponsor somebody else for a founder position because we're in that way that we can do that, help out as much as we can. You know, I'm just going to talk briefly about Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea was a country that most people didn't know about. Australia does because it just sits up the top of Australia, top of Queensland. But those people, those beautiful people, you know, they have done everything possible to get a founder position because they know how much it's going to change their lives, but their country, they can take back and say, no more, you know, just as we all can, no more, that's enough. You know, we're taking back control in a way. And I don't like that word control because it's sort of like a positive, negative. But, you know, we can take back those choices that we have in our lives and say, we can do this and we can help this person, you know. So I'm just going to go over to Tina. We nearly need to finish up. So Tina, after you, will stop the recording, Yvonne, after Tina has spoken, and then we can just chat briefly off recording, and then we'll finish up probably in the next 5 minutes or so. So thank you, Tina.
Am I okay to speak now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. It's just that you talked about helping other people and all. I don't have a big followers or anyone below me, with me. I wouldn't say below me, but with me on this journey. But most of them, like 99% of them, are sponsored by me, the people from Nigeria, because that's all I have. I would just love to give to others, you know, and let them give that a break in life. And I'm so glad that they're doing their best to get that get it on with others as well. So ONPASSIVE is something that we really should make it a movement to help others. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thanks, Tina. And it really is an ONPASSIVE movement for sure.
Yes.
Yvonne, do you have any last words, or Kenton, that you would like to finish off with before we stop the recording? Just
get back into whoever shared this with you and ask them for their invite link, and just come on this journey with us, because it's an awesome journey. meet great people, and we're going to do good things for the world.
Yeah.
So
Thank
thank
you.
you for listening.
Kenton?
Thank you, Narelle, for a great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenton.
Thank you.
Sorry, Kenton, yes.
Just thank you for everyone for turning up today and taking part on our first webinar.
Thank you. And we will be back on Tuesday with another webinar. We do different times as well. So we will put that up in the like page and in the group.
Yeah, so I'd like to say for any of those who don't know, we have ONPASSIVE Aussie Girls and a Kiwi Guy, which is a Facebook like page. We post over there, we share over there. That goes out publicly to anybody in the world. So you can share any of our videos, any of our posts, you know, and share it out to the world, because that's what we're here for, is to get this out there to everyone, and particularly Australia and New Zealand. So I want to say thank you for my lovely co-host, Yvonne, looking beautiful as ever, and a wonderful Kiwi guy, Kenton, for joining in with us,
Kenton.
because New Zealand is very close. As you can see by the map, New Zealand is very close. It's only about a 2.5 hour flight from the east coast of Australia. And New Zealand sort of gets a little bit left out there, you know, it's only a little country, but yet a big country and a very beautiful country. We all have very beautiful parts of our country that we love and enjoy, and we want to share that with the world. So let's not see those suffering no more. You know, let's not walk past those people, and let's smile at them and say, you know what, mate, I'm going to help you. You know, and when we talked about just before, it was just something that come up for me. We say it's like a 1 to 2 year plan. The thing is, you are going to get paid, okay? You are going to receive. However, the 1 to 2 year plan is that residual income that you've always been looking for. Like everything, you know, it takes time. And look, honestly, we're going to be opening up with millions of people wanting to use ONPASSIVE, because we have those amazing products, because they are brand new, because they are built from the ground up, AI technology, and because they are at the lowest price point for everyone. Okay, so talk to your people, go out there and just share. Like Chris said, you don't have to, you know, you're not going to strap people down. If they don't see it, if they don't see the vision of what ONPASSIVE is bringing, then, you know, just let them go, because they're not the visionaries that we're looking for. So I just wanted to finish off there today. I'm sorry, I can't see your name. The gentleman that was on, Moses. Did you want to say something before we finish off? I tell you what, Yvonne, can you just finish the recording now? Just stop the recording and we'll chat for a couple of minutes before